All right, let's just talk about the breadboard to start with. So you can see there's basically four main areas. So you've got this area here, this between this blue and red line, that's called a bus. You have another bus on this side of the breadboard, all right? And different breadboards have different buses. Sometimes it's all one strip, and I think that's the case with this breadboard. And but you have two buses, and you have this work surface here, and essentially a bus is where we manage power. Okay, so I'll show you that. And if you have more than one bus, it's because you want to be able to do manage more than one voltage or power on the board. Again, in our case, I think it's just these two buses. And then you see this middle area here with this dividing area. So let me just talk a little bit about what all these holes are and how they work. So on the bus, if you were to take this all apart, what you would see is that there's a wire. This first set of holes here, there's a wire essentially. I think you can think of it that way anyway. That runs all the way down, and all of these holes in this row connect to that wire. So all of them are the same wire. And then on the plus, there's another wire that runs all the way down, and it's all the same wire. Okay, and the same is true over here on this bus. And then in these areas, okay, there's a wire here that goes from A to E, and then F to J, okay? And every row has basically a wire. So and there's a little wire inside of here, and if we put the pin in this hole here and we put a pin in this hole here, they're actually connected to each other because they basically become part of the same wire, if that makes sense, right? And this empty area here in the middle means that this is its own separate wire. So you can think of this as many little wires all the way down the breadboard. The same thing here. And we can identify a particular spot on the breadboard by calling it out by its row and column. So for example, B5 is right here. So that's why the numbers and letters are on the breadboard to help if you're making a project, they can give very specific instructions. All right. So, and this is, you'll understand how this works once we start building stuff, but essentially you just want to remember that, that these areas are connected as a long line this way, and this area, these are connected across like this. Okay, and it'll make more sense as we start to build circuits. Why do they call it a breadboard? That's historical. People used to build circuits on pieces of wood and solder things, and these solderless breadboards make it really easy to build circuits and that are not permanent. And so it's just a historical reference to how people used to do it.